Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Michael Chacho. Hey everyone, it's me, Michael Chacho, and welcome back to my channel. Today's little episode, video, I'm going to reflect and ponder on the things that I've learned about this art form of vlogging. Realistically, I guess you could say I've only been really vlogging last year is when I took it more seriously, but even before that, it's been a journey and a process to even get here. And last year, I made a whopping 8 videos, and but even before last year, there were many different attempts that didn't really work out or didn't really pan out. And so I'm just reflecting on them and trying to learn from them and hopefully grow from them. Following me, or if you knew me, I made one vlog years on years ago after my trip to Puerto Rico. It was a majestic and magical journey where I stayed and worked at a hostel called Mango Mansion in San Juan. I did a little video on questions about my experience, and that was a lot of fun. And that was back in 2019, so this is 3 years ago. And even before that, I've always wanted to do vlogging and video and stuff like that. I went to school for film, not sure what I wanted to do. And I guess I just never took it seriously until now, if you want to consider this serious. But I've learned a lot, I guess. And I'm still learning. So these are the 5 things I learned about vlogging. I mean, basically, if nothing else, I've learned that I'm a mess. I guess I knew that already. And maybe through this art form of vlogging, I guess it kind of validated that. No, let's start with number 1. I'm going to do these like fun transition things. I'll do this one. Number 1. I would say the first thing I learned about vlogging is that I really am my own worst enemy. Just this constant stopping and starting of things. I make excuses to myself. I avoid it. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this for years, and then I become my own worst enemy. I become my own inner saboteur, and I tell myself, oh, it's not gonna work. Oh, it's a waste of your time. You should be working. You should be boring, and you should stop thinking of doing these fantasy things and all these horrible things. And then I bought all these equipment and I still didn't do it. I've always had a hard time making commitments and committing to anything. And, all of that is because of insecurity and a lack of confidence and ultimately a lot of self-doubt. Like a lot of self-doubt. And realistically, through all the excuses I make, I mean, the only person or thing that's stopping me is me. And realistically, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever stop being my own worst enemy, if I'll ever stop being my hardest critique, but through vlogging, it's definitely made me aware of that. And watching myself, literally, actually watching myself, I can see it very clearly. So now let's move on to number 2. The second thing I learned about vlogging. This is kind of cheesy. I am a chronic overthinker.
Wow.
And again, that's not a surprise. But again, seeing myself overthink, it's a lot different than hearing it from other people. I mean, I'm the type of person that I like to plan everything. I like to try to cross my T's and dot my I's and prepare for everything. But realistically and honestly, you can't prepare for everything and anything. There's always going to be something that comes up unexpectedly, and you have to be able to roll with the punches. Even making these videos, even the process of production, just having the right lighting, having the right camera, having the right equipment. I keep thinking and thinking and thinking that I need to do these. And also writing scripts. Like, I try to write as much as I can of what I want to say. I have it here on my stupid phone. I'm not even on the script. I'm not even saying what I wrote. So I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking, and then now it's not even being used. I don't know. And even now, as I'm doing this, shooting myself, I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, what is this going to look like? And then how is this going to be edited? And, I don't think I'll ever stop thinking. I don't think I'll ever stop thinking. I don't think I can control my mind as much as I wish I could. I wish I could say I have a resolution for all of these things that I've learned. But really, it's just good that I'm seeing it now. I would say that I'm trying to just be in the moment and have the faith within myself to fix it later. We'll fix it in post. I don't know. I'm just listening to things that I've learned. I'm not saying I'm gonna solve them yet. Maybe I don't have to yet. Okay, so now moving on to the third thing I've learned about vlogging. I have all these expectations. And I thought in my 20s that I got rid of my expectations, but they always just seem to creep up and follow me. I like to think I try as much as I can to train myself to live in the moment, or to just, say it is what it is. But then I get so far in my overthinking, I keep thinking that I should be doing this a certain way, or that I should have these certain equipment. Like, I bought the camera, I bought the selfie light, I bought the gimbal, I bought the tripod. And I expected that, okay, if I buy all this equipment, that I'm actually going to do this. I bought all this equipment, and then I just let it sit around for a while, and then eventually I pushed myself to actually use it. I've learned, even if with the perfect conditions, with the perfect equipment, with the perfect camera, with the perfect lighting, it doesn't mean it's going to be good. So I guess I'm trying to just limit my expectations and just accept things as the way that they are, because there's never going to be such a thing as having the perfect conditions. And so now the fourth thing I learned about vlogging. I don't know who I am. And I think through this whole process and art form of vlogging, I think it's become more revealing to me that I don't know who I am. I think the process of, shooting myself, editing myself, and then ultimately just seeing myself is extremely narcissistic. But it's also something cathartic and therapeutic. Like, I've always played a character right? I'm a different person with my friends. I'm a different person with my family. I'm a different person at work. And now I'm seeing I'm a different person on camera. So it's like seeing all these different people, and I'm like, who am I? Who am I? This is starting to get very real. But I mean, I guess all of this questioning of who am I, it comes from a lot of self-doubt and insecurity and uncertainty. A lot of just not being able to trust myself, which is a loaded statement. But through the videos I made last year and how I made them, it was a constant process of, this isn't right, this is stupid, this, I should be doing this instead, like I should be doing it like this. And I feel like I learned more about myself off camera. And I think having all of those thoughts and issues and then combining them with a little depression and anxiety, I get so paralyzed in just fear that I don't even do this. And that's why, I mean, I'm happy that I made at least 8 videos, but of course I wish I made more. That's why this year, being the year of desperation, I'm just desperate to do a lot more. Not only just for a vlog, but just for myself. Alright, and so for the 5th and last thing, well, not the last thing, but the 5th thing I learned about vlogging. I have a lot more to learn. I think that I have a lot more to learn on the technical stuff. Like, I don't know how to use this camera to its fullest extent. I bought all this equipment, like the microphone and the gimbal. I have that to learn. I also want to get more creative and, certainly learning how to use that equipment. I can be more creative, hopefully. I think through the course of this video, it's very clear that I have a lot more to learn about myself. I would say through this whole art form of vlogging, it's like I'm seeing myself see myself, and I'm seeing what other people are seeing, and it's very revealing in that way. It's like things I just don't think about because no one really points them out to me. But like now I'm literally looking at my own reflection, and there's a lot more to learn through doing this, I guess. There's a lot more I want to learn about myself through doing this. I mean, this is basically creating my own world in the internet and seeing the things I want to change about myself, and then also inadvertently seeing the things that I can't change about myself, and then ultimately wondering, why do I want to change, or what can I change, what should I change. It's all a lot of overthinking going on again. Definitely I need to learn how to handle some of these destructive patterns of avoidance and looking for distractions and making excuses. I can make excuses really well. And I don't think that there'll ever be like a singular solution, and maybe this whole thing is just going to be one big learning process and learning how to deal with these challenges and these nuances of things. So that's not reassuring, but at the same time it is reassuring because it just is what it is. There's never really going to be a solution, so maybe I should stop trying to find one or stop trying to make one. I guess I'm having an epiphany. So, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to do this vlog for myself at the end of the day. no matter who watches it or who doesn't watch it, I at least just want to look back on this and say, at least I tried. And I'm learning to enjoy that process no matter how annoying and troublesome it is, especially how annoying and troublesome I am to myself. I guess it's all just a learning process at the end of the day. I guess that's a good way to end it. Thanks for watching. Let's keep learning together, and I'll see you on the next one.